You know, I try to do this show, I try to keep things in line. News keeps asserting itself. It's so annoying, you know? Like, just a day ago, people were like, oh my God, Donald Trump talks this way about women. What a shock. This is so shocking.
Well, I'm Matt Binder, and I'm co-producer of The Trump Card along with my wife, Lynn Vidal. So after the election, I realized more people had to see it. And I contacted John Sucke because I knew he could do it. I knew he could do the role. It's really demanding, it's difficult. And he was into it right from the start.
I'm John Sucke, and I'm an actor with Waimea Community Theater and the Aloha Theater. You know why you're here. I know why you're here. Don't be ashamed. You're here for the red meat. You're here to see me eviscerate Donald Trump from his giant pumpkin head right down to his baboon ass. And I'd love to do that for you. It's a rant. It's more than that, of course, but that's the style that it's in. It contains criticism of all different sides of the political spectrum, but it's in the frame of a examination of Donald Trump particularly. It goes into Trump's background and recent events more than since the election.
John gives a captivating performance, I found. I saw it 3 times because we sang before it each time. And it was different each time. He was very much in the moment. It's not a comedy, but it is very funny in places. It really got a lot of good laughs.
But this is the way Donald Trump sees the world. There are 3 casinos, 3 resorts, and something that looks like a brothel. Now, this is his view of the world because it's 7 super classy places surrounded by vast howling emptiness. It's giving you insight into how Trump views the world and how he thinks he can get along in the world. For instance, this idea that he always wins. Even when he loses, he redefines losing as winning. This early on, this idea that Roy Cohn gave him that what you do around any issue is create so much noise that people are then listening to you rather than what the issue is. Right. And then you can define your way out of the issue once you've created enough noise around it. It seemed to me that part of the technique of the show is to bring people into a understanding, like in the beginning, Daisy says, I understand this guy as a performer because I'm a performer and we work from the same tool set. So he's bringing the audience into this insight, and then he's sort of warning them that he's not an anodyne commentator. He's going to call them as he sees them. So at the very beginning of the show, he says, there's just one problem. You brought this on yourselves from the right and from the left. You brought it on yourselves. I mean, you really did. You certainly brought it on yourselves from the right. I mean, this has to be the sweet, sickly fruit of the Republican Southern strategy. That decade after decade after decade of Republican strategists sitting in back rooms going, exactly how close to the racist line can we go? Because I really want to get as close as humanly possible. Can we say welfare instead of black? Oh, I think we can. Can we say thug? I love the word thug. Yes. See, that's because it came easy to them. You see, the Republicans are a racist party. Oh, I know. I can feel it in the room. Don't say racist. Oh, at least say allegedly racist. Right? And what he meant, at least that initial dive into the left, was that they really didn't do anything to stop him. What they did was to promote Hillary and say that no one could, in their right mind, vote for Donald Trump. So they made an assumption that everyone started from their mindset, which is a common, I mean, most people think, well, I'm the moderate guy and everybody else is either driving too fast or driving too slow. I'm the one who's driving just the right speed. So it's a common error, but in this case, it had uncommon results.
My name is Pablo Akira Beimler, and I am a member of the North Hawaii Action Network, and I am also a slam poet. I live in Kalaupamauka.
We asked each organization to give us a person who will speak at the event. Somebody, suggested Pablo, and then said he also does poetry. And I said, "What? You're going to do poetry to, speaking for North Hawaii Action Network?" I said, "That would be great."
Matt Binder, one of the producers of the show, reached out to me to ask me if I would do a follow-up to the trump card performance by performing some slam poetry. And I thought that'd be great. I've always liked to have venues where I can share some of my my work. So I ended up picking a piece that I felt was really relevant to some of the current events that we've been going through, but also would tie into a lot of what we've been seeing with the Trump administration.
So now we had music, we had the play, we had poetry, all these arts that are, working for the same goal, which is social justice.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Resurrected as a new era bends to the right, far right with alternative trends. Amen. It's an era of men, pitchforks wielded, guns cocked from the belt. You can say goodbye to the Pres Roosevelt. All progress slams, bam, right into a wall. Set clocks back before the Roman fall. Now, just give me time to reflect. 1 sec to take breath as I rise for the stars and illuminate my mind and my soul. Because I'm blind to your sickness that you spread through the hate. I'm not calling me a saint. All flaws I relate. But I was bred out the hate by a mother with light and a father so bright. And yet I realize, staring into society's devil eyes, that I grew up so fortunate. House in a kitchenette, kitty to cuddle with, love so compassionate. Never had to skip meals, old staying with new wheels. College life was unreal, skied slopes that I peeled. And yet I feel pissed off at the world for spinning for me, but not spinning for others. Now wear a hijab and duck for cover, travel ban and sit and suffer, wait for hours while there goes mother, pat it down like bread for supper. She's a mother, just like my own. She gave light, seed sheets sown so baby could thrive, free of genocide. No Assad, no assaults, living free as adults. Yet, Lady Liberty be trippin', strip searching, torch dripping, building a wall of wax paid by yours and I's taxes. Now the moon wanes and never waxes. Darkness, my old friend, was your cunning ever like this? And in a country touting democracy. Sure seems like a falsity. All I need is a mill and I pocket thee. Spin you in a web of hypocrisy. Bash media and claim truth as your own. Claim Oval Office as your throne. Golden curtains showering while you're overpowering and cowering. Abandon supremacy lit like a cannon. Darkness, my old friend, if only you realize that we the people don't criminalize. For color of skin, for religious ties, for what you do in your bed, for letting your mind be said, for praising Gaia, Mauna Kea, marijuana, Princess Leia, whatever makes us whole And wherever we are safe and free from all the hate, that's what will make America fucking great. Thank you.
Basically, the poem is all about how, we're seeing this new form of darkness that is not necessarily very new. It's kind of a regeneration of it, returning in a new form. So I actually wrote that poem right around the time that the travel ban was put into place temporarily. Felt particularly hurt by that one. For me, that was really revealing of just how far we've turned back the clocks, I guess.